Okay, planet Earth, here we are back again. Uh, Still trying to get my daggum truck back. I don't know how it is they expect me to have a full time job when these dirt bags are holding on to my truck. But yeah, I mean it's unreal how BS and stupid this whole scenario is. My truck's not even all that terrible bad. Oops, 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 sorry, my apologies. I'm obviously still new at how to do this. So yeah, it's an 85 K5 Blazer, and per what would one would be reasonable to expect, it does have um, a couple little cancer spots on it, but it's not a bad it's not in bad shape. It's got this so it was like the original color was something like deer skin tan, and so it's all sun bleached, and now it just looks like a sort of cream, which is you know, but it's not a bad truck. So the fact that people are having, allegedly difficult times getting it fixed and running and working, in fact, frankly, it's unacceptable. And I've not. How do you expect me to get regular job, any sort of any type of work? I can look at the Colorado Work Report or whatever, for the unemployment stuff. I can look at that and it'll say, something that I would have been able to do. I feel would have been qualified for is some effective like working, being involved in the census process, being a census worker, whatever it is. Fact of life is, they're going to be, so why do you want to work here? Well, I mean, I need some work and I can do this work and I'm ready, whatever, right? Okay, cool, cool. We like you. That's good. Good answer. But do you have reliable transportation? No, not at all. B&D has been holding my truck for over half a year since February 14th. B&D Automotive has held my truck, and I keep calling, and they keep. I mean, they've got some liars. Nick is a low life scumbag. This dude, I mean, this guy is just freaking dirtbag. I'm not even playing. This dude is scum, scum, scum. Every time I call, man, I need my truck, dude. I mean, I gotta do things. I've got a million and one problems to take care of. I gotta do work. I need my truck, man. Oh yeah, dude, yeah, man. And I'm going to be uploading some stuff that I recorded in regard to this. Yeah, man. I know it's top of my list, number one priority. Months later, it's still, oh yeah, man, I know, dude. I mean, all these tiny little things keep stepping in my way, and all these stupid little problems. But I mean, it's number one on my list, man. And then he tells Pastor Andrew Zeller, who I didn't realize had gone down there to talk to them, to be like, Nick, what are you doing? He doesn't have another vehicle. This is his only truck. He's riding his four wheeler to church, which is literally the case. I'm literally riding a four wheeler to church at ATV. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't realize. I thought this was just a side project. I contacted them before before I brought my truck in. I asked Pastor Andrew um, if anybody here in town was a worthy mechanic. He says B&D. So I called B&D first thing. I called them because it's a big deal. The guy I paid huge money to in Colorado Springs absolutely totaled my truck. I mean, just literally, and I believe I said it in the last video, and I have a whole bunch of other videos I'm going to be uploading and doing stuff with as well to give greater context here. So I call them because I can't go to Springs because I still have legal stuff in Springs that I need to take care of. Okay, work, etc. This guy screws up my truck so bad. I mean, it's like just epic fail in every single regard possible. The dude made it just as terrible as it could be. Okay, so I called B&D and I asked about, sorry, pitfalls of having cats is you get cat hair. So I called B&D and I asked them. So first I speak with whoever the lady is that answers the phone. I don't even care. The lady that answers the phone, I speak with her. She's like, "Oh, I don't know. What kind of work do you have to do?" And I start going through the list of things that need to be looked at. I don't know that that's an exhaustive list, but it is the list that I was aware of that needed to be looked at. And she says, "Okay, hold on a minute. Let me, you know, get the mechanic on the phone." So she puts me on the phone with Nick, and I asked Nick. I'm like, basically, I'm going through the overview, and I said, basically, I need the type of mechanic that can, like snap a photo of the work that needs to be done before it's done, do the work, snap another photo, and be ready, willing, and able to testify in the event there is a need for a trial regarding my truck. Okay, and this is all on the phone. He says, "Yeah, I mean, bring it in. We'll have a look, right?" So I type up. It's two full pages. One sheet of paper, but both sides. So two full pages of details, including that it is for a lawsuit. Please take pictures before and after, and whatever parts, whatever was junk that properly should have been removed and replaced or repaired, whatever. Please put that in box or boxes in the back of the truck. I can provide boxes if necessary. Just let me know. But this is for a lawsuit. It is on the sheet of paper that I brought to them day one. I get a phone call. They're like, "Okay, man, we got like some vehicles in line," and then when I'm there at the physical location, "Okay, man, I'm handing them the keys as you do when you're at a mechanic. You talk through the work. They staple because I had the sheet of paper. They didn't have to write anything out or type anything out, but they staple a work or a form per the usual, as you would see at any mechanic, where it would detail, the work we do, the hourly rate, parts and labor, total price, this sort of thing. They staple it to the sheet of paper that I give them, and then I give them the keys. No, totally normal, right? And we got some other vehicles in line in front of you, and then we'll look at it when we, you know, as it comes up in line. Okay, cool. This is all normal, right? I get a phone call from Nick. I believe it was a week later or at the end of the week, something to this effect. I don't recall. If we have to, we'll get the phone records for the court case. Okay. He's like, "Man, I'm looking at it, and yeah, it's rough shape and this, that, and the other, but you know when we're talking about this, like, what sort of budget are we looking at?" And I again, I'm on disability payments, and it's frankly, it's chump change. If I wasn't receiving assistance from my mother more than anybody else, I couldn't do it. I couldn't live. I would not be able to pay. Like, I could have food, but I would be homeless. It's that type of pocket change. But I had some money saved up because I had been receiving so much assistance from my mother. And so I quote him a number. He says, okay, I was hoping not, or I wasn't planning on spending that much. I don't know what that means, but I know what the guy in Springs, Terry Neighbor, charged me. I quoted Nick a number less than that because I don't have anything more to offer. So basically, I offered Nick my savings to that point. Okay. And he says, okay, uh, we'll get right on it. That was in February. I dropped my truck off with B&D Automotive in Silver Cliff, Colorado. It's right there at the edge of town. Uh, I don't know. I guess you could miss it if you just were paying more attention to the road than what's on the side of the road, but it's right there. Realistically, you can't miss it at the edge of Silver Cliff. Okay. It's been basically every week since then. I'll call and be like, "Where's my truck?" Almost every single week, and I try to be patient and I try to be understanding that this is a small town. Uh, we don't even have any stoplights. We don't have any Walmarts. Praise the Father in heaven, we do not have any stupid Walmarts. Only $1 General. Okay. Point being, it's a very small town. So I'm trying to be patient and understanding. But he had my truck in his, well, B&D Automotive. I didn't contract with Nick. It was my understanding that he was basically just taking point, like as sort of job site foreman. I come from a world of commercial construction, so to be a job site foreman or a lead man on a project is totally normal. Uh, it doesn't mean that you're doing private contract work. It means that you're under the company and you're your lead man or point man on one specific project. But every time I call B&D Automotive 719-783-4222. I asked for update regarding my truck. I don't ask for Nick. I'm not asking for an update regarding my truck. Okay, I'm not contracting with any sort of private contractor for doing private work. Okay, so I'm trying to be patient and understanding. I'm trying to, not piss off the waiter before you get your soup, sort of a thing, because you don't want to spit in the soup. I'm trying to make sure that things are done correctly. But I'm also losing patience every daggum time I have to call. He had the truck for a full month before the COVID lockdowns. And then it starts getting into COVID lockdown and shipping is really slow and all this stuff. Well, you know, it's it's like, really, dude, are you freaking serious? I mean, you've had it for all this time, and then I'm like, man, well, I mean, I need my truck. Oh, I know, man. I understand. I mean, as soon as I get the parts in, and then it's as soon as I can get this new thing in, and then this other glitch and this other hiccup is in my way, and I'm just like, dude, you gotta be freaking kidding me. All right, man, freaking, I need my truck, dude. I need my truck. I need my truck. I keep saying I need my truck. At no point in time did I ever indicate that this was a side project, and it wouldn't have crossed my mind that this was a side project because this is my only vehicle. Okay, this is my only truck at the moment. Okay, I mean there's legal issues that I'll get into in a different video at a different time with a whole different scenario in a different world. But that's not what I'm talking about here. Okay, it's my only truck, my only lifeline into the world. Okay, it would never cross my mind to have to be forced to clarify, oh, and this is my only vehicle. Duh. I mean, so it's sitting outside of B&D Automotive, and this is a tiny little place. You literally can't miss it. It's not like the boss, Curt, is ever going to miss the fact that there's this blazer sitting out front of his this idiot's garage for half a freaking year, and why it is that he's not. If he is himself a mechanic, if he is himself under the hood turning a wrench, why isn't he all involved with getting this truck off his property? I don't know how. I can't even. Fact of life is, if we have to do the lawsuit, it's going to come out how many multiple dozens of vehicles went in and out of his garage before I. It's August 27th, 12:36 p.m. I still don't even have my truck. I still don't have my truck. And I called yesterday, and it's broadcast live on YouTube, y'all. The Planet Earth. You can look it up. The live broadcast immediately prior to this. Whoever this dizzy bimbo is that's answering the phones was supposed to have left a message so that Curt, the owner of B&D, could call me this morning. It's 12:36 p.m. They were supposed to be open at what, 8? This is almost useless here. This Friday, Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And I've not received any phone calls. Okay. Seems a problem. I even called and left multiple voicemails saying, "Listen, I need my truck," and it got to the point where I'm like, "Listen, y'all, all I have is my four wheeler. I got to get to town, and all I got is my four wheeler. How am I supposed to be going in? I mean, I'm literally risking. I'm in violation of the law." In the most strict legal sense, I'm violating the law to go into town, to go to the grocery store, go to the post office with my four wheeler, ATV. Okay, I I mean, I'm leaving voicemails saying I'm so upset because my mother's vehicle had problems. She asked me to bring it in while she was out of town. She asked me to bring it in to B&D for her on her behalf, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Michael Duncan. I'm waiting on my K5. Oh, it's been quite the project. Finish the project. Finish the project. Oh my gosh. My mom's vehicle needed like a whole new suspension thing, some sort of air suspension that auto levels was replaced with some sort of different, not auto level suspension. Not a small project. Her vehicle was in and out before mine was. And I'm calling and saying, listen, I am stuck where the only way I can actually get food is to break the law using my four wheeler to go to the grocery store. And you've got vehicles going in and out before you even finish mine. And I leave the they didn't even answer the phone, so I left the voicemail. Never get any phone calls back. It was on the live broadcast yesterday. Oh, I'll leave the message and Curt will call you in the morning. It's already afternoon. So we're going to try them again.
B D Automotive, how can I help you?
Yeah, this is Michael Duncan. I'm still trying to find out what's going on with my K5.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Michael. Did Curt not call you this morning?
No.
I'm sorry, I got in late, so I wasn't sure if he did or not. I had it written down, but, okay. 12:40. He's at lunch right this moment. But I will get him to give you a call as soon as he gets back here. Now that I am here, and I can make sure that he actually calls you.
Okay. Well, perhaps you can help me. I'd left multiple voicemails before, regarding my truck and like the fact that I don't have my truck, but I'm getting the word that it was y'all's understanding that this was a Sega vehicle, but I know I left multiple voicemails saying that I was like I only have my four-wheeler to get around, and I'm just trying to figure out, do y'all check the voicemails or what's going on with this?
So usually what was happening is Nick and his wife Sarah had checked most of our voicemail, did do most of the voicemail checking for us. And now that Nick is out for quite a while, I've been checking them.
Okay, well, so last I would have done that would have happened, to the best of my understanding, Nick would have still been there, and it was before Pastor Andrew had stopped by and spoke with Nick.
Yes, sir.
And Nick told Pastor Andrew that he thought he was like surprised to learn that it was my only vehicle.
Yes.
He thought it was a side project, but I told Pastor Andrew when Andrew related that to me that no, that is not true. I've spoken to him multiple times, like, man, I need my truck. I've got to, go to get cut firewood from the National Forest. I've got to, I need my truck from work. I've talked to him multiple times, and I left the voicemails saying, listen, I'm stuck in a bad way where I'm forced to violate the law to get to the grocery store.
Yeah, so you talked to Nick about that?
Well, I both talked to him and I left voicemails in that regard. Okay. So I hope that you can understand that I'm perceiving that something is very off with the fact that Nick would tell Pastor Andrew that he didn't know that when I related to him that I don't have a vehicle.
Yes, and I understand that, sir. I'm sorry that I wasn't the one to intercept those. Yeah, that is off. I agree entirely with that. The only thing I could think of would be that with all the people he talks to, Nick gets things confused sometimes. However, I do apologize for that.
Well, I mean, to the best of my records here, I dropped my truck off there February 14th. He had my truck for a full month before the COVID lockdowns. I've not been able to even apply for jobs. Like literally for the past 2 weeks, I've made it's something like $15.50 on eBay sales.
Yes.
Because I can't go to a job interview and the interviewer asks me, do you have reliable transportation? Well, no, I don't. I rode my four-wheeler into town or something. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand that entirely, and I am sorry about that. I am trying to kind of, on my end here, I am trying to like get everything all figured out for you. Like I said, Curt does have this in the shop and everything. And from what I can see, it looks like he needs to fill up the radiator, and put some things back on top here, including the cover, the like engine cover and everything.
Okay.
Let's see. I think I did talk to him a little bit about it yesterday, but I'm not too sure what else he said he had. I know right before Nick had left, after he had spoken to Andrew, he got everything underneath it done. And so I think it really just has to be put back together. And Curt's just working on it from what he can, from notes that we get off of the computer for like where everything goes and everything, since he's not the one that took it apart. Okay. And that is making it a little bit more difficult, and I do apologize for that again. And yes, I am just trying to kind of figure out everything that Nick had previously spoken to people about, and that we maybe because unfortunately when people speak to just one person, it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to know exactly what's going on. Because, all I can really do is speak to my mechanics if that's who they talk to and kind of get an idea from them.
Right. Well, so I'm I hope you can understand I'm quite upset because half a year I've been calling, and when I call B D Automotive on the phone number, the 783-4222, and I asked for, and I try to be just as polite and patient as I can be. I'm trying to be understanding, but I ask for, I introduce myself and I say I'm trying to find out what's going on with my 85K file. It sounded to me from what again, and this was like relayed to me through Pastor Andrew, who was trying to help me. I didn't even realize it.
No, yeah.
And it sounds to me like Nick was trying to do this as like his side project.
Okay.
And I did, every time I called, I said, I'm calling about my 85K file. I didn't call, for example, the Nick's personal number. I didn't call and ask for Nick.
No, and I understand that. Like I said, I don't quite remember when you had dropped it off. Whenever we made the original work order, it was with Nick's writing. So usually when people ask, I try and get them with the mechanic that's working on their thing. And since he had the work order and everything written out, I assumed he knew what was going on with it.
Well, so no, I understand. So I worked commercial construction. I understand, if someone's like a lead man or a project foreman, I get talking to the guy who's at the head of the project. I understand that. But what I'm trying to figure out is, I mean, on the rare occasions that I'm able to borrow a vehicle, I'm only borrowing it for a moment. I've not had a vehicle for half a year.
Yes, sir, I understand. And I really, I can say I'm sorry, and I know that doesn't really make up for it. And I am trying to make sure that it's not much longer here on my end. Now that I've spoken to you a little bit, and I'm just not really sure what we can do for you at this moment, besides putting it all the way back together and everything.
All right, well, I guess I need to talk to Curt.
Okay, so, right, he's going to ask me what we talked about, though, and, I mean, if you have anything specific you'd like to say, now might be a good time.
Okay, well, I've missed out on 6 months of work, and it's not my fault.
Okay. Alrighty, well, I will make sure that Curt gives you a call this afternoon as soon as he gets back from lunch here. And then, yeah, we can go over that with him.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Planet Earth, what would you do? I mean, how would you feel? I'm just so upset. It's like, just how stupid can you be, really? Really? How stupid can you be, really? To think that a truck parked out in front of your garage for half a year and nobody's working on it. Everything else is going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Everything else is going in and out of the garage for half a year. And you only begin to work on it when someone else comes in and says, "What the hell are you doing?" Or, I'm sorry, it says, "What are you doing?" He's a pastor. So, what are you doing? And then your guy that was supposed to be on the head of the project, because I don't know, I don't even remember. It was something like he dropped a transmission on his foot or something, something insane, right? He goes out, and so then you begin to take ownership of it yourself. I've been out of work for half a year, and finding work has been non-optional because of B&D Automotive. Because of B&D Automotive. These retards did not even begin to work on my truck until like literally within the past about 1 week. Literally. I mean, you know, y'all planet Earth are equally as much a witness to what's going on as I am. Y'all planet Earth know as much about what's going on as I do. I don't know what else to say.